I grew up with a saying in my house. When my dad and I or family would be in a certain situation where people would be doing a lot of talking. It might be in a speech, it might have been something we saw on TV, it might have been an encounter in the city or the community. Afterwards, my dad would kind of take me off to the side and he'd say, "Andy, he can talk the talk. Can he walk the walk?" It was Dad's way of saying actions speak louder than words. Heard it all the time. And the fact is we intuitively get this. We understand it because we recognize that it's one thing to say something, a whole other thing to do it. In reality, our words signal our behavior. They're just a big sign that says, look in this way, gonna do this. But the proof is in actually doing it. The proof is in actually making happen what we said. That's how we know the loop has been closed and things got done. I feel this rather acutely as the guy who's up here week in and week out yakking. I do a lot of talking. And the reality is, if I say all sorts of things, like we should love each other, and then out there I'm a jerk, you would believe the action, and you would be right, because our actions speak louder than words, over and over and over again. The example of this comes, though it's not just for a preacher, although I'm in the light, but it's true for anybody who walks in these doors and claims Jesus is my Lord. That if we're going to say we are Christians, if we're going to say we're disciples, then people watch us. And they watch to see if what we say and what we do are congruent, if they match up, if the words that come out of our mouths are equal to and consistent with the things we do. Because when that happens, then people say and recognize that they practice what they preach. They get it done. Our example for this comes from Jesus himself. Yes, he taught a great deal, said a lot, but you realize that Jesus also put it into practice. He gave us a hug when he stretched out his arms on the tree and gave his life for us. If the Lord himself would pour out his life through the death and resurrection of his paschal mystery, that you and I might live, then we can see that the Lord himself will put his actions into practice. So how do you and I offer our lives today? How will you and I demonstrate through our actions the conviction we have as disciples of Jesus? I'll give you two things. First, who are the people in my life today? Who is right in front of me? Family, friends, colleagues, co-workers, classmates. Who are the people that God has set right before me? Once I know their real names, real faces, real people. Second, how will I treat them? How will I love them, forgive them, reach out to them, care for them? How do my actions rest in harmony with my words for the people that God has set before me today? Because as people watch us, they're watching to see, is Christ shining through us? They're watching to see if you and I take this opportunity to live our faith, this great gift, and be a light where God shines through us to touch the hearts of those around us. Because if actions speak louder than words, then our actions have incredible power to bring God's message, God's mission, the life of Jesus into the world today. That what happens here makes a difference out there when our actions speak louder than words. Friends, may this communion that you and I receive strengthen us. As we offer and then receive Jesus in this Mass, may you and I not just talk the talk, but walk the talk. That when people see us, they see Christ in what we say, but especially in what we do. God bless you all.